All right, we are live, and I see people in here with me. Taryn, can you hear me? Or Angelique, can you hear me? Yeah, you guys are somehow inside the studio. So I don't know why though, because this is the first time I see Jay and Josh and Taryn and Angelique. So go back to school. This is the first time it's happened, but I know you're not supposed to be in here with me. I'm trying to think of how I can best give you the link. You can also go to my Facebook or YouTube and it'll stream live. And Taryn and Jay and Josh and Angelique, you guys can also just text me after or email me at lars@agentfreedomcollective.com. And I'll make sure you guys get a copy of this if it doesn't work. But I should also be live on Facebook. All right. So this was like the biggest tech flop of the day. My computer freaking updated and I'm having to log on to every single platform here, but you guys should see me hopefully and hear me. Let's see if you can see me and hear me. Let's see. I'll reach out to, all right. I don't know if G is on here. All right. So we've got some live folks here. So if you can see me and hear me, apologize for the tech drama here. Something must have happened with the link that we sent out because it was not working smoothly. So if you are seeing me and hearing me, you should have my little face in the corner and then a bigger screen. Just go to the comments and say, let's go, or give me some sort of confirmation here. I'm going to message my marketing guy here and see what happened. Something definitely happened here that's not good. All right, Josh is here. Thank you. Hey, G, real quick, I think we sent out the wrong link. I had a bunch of people inside the studio with me. Can you make sure this is being shared the right way? I've at least got someone on Facebook. Josh is here, so I know we can see and hear me, but something happened this week where it's not working correctly. Thanks. All right. Well, you know I'm live. There's no fake in here. Let's do this. All right. So let me get after it. I'm gonna make the best use of our time. I'll catch up here as well. So welcome to Scale Your Sales and Your Freedom. Two words that don't often fit together in real estate. So I will make sure I deliver on the promise to explain what that looks like. This is Agent Freedom OS Explained. My name is Lars Hedenborg, the founder of Agent Freedom Collective. And today's conversation is surely going to start with helping agents sell more homes. In this market, you know, we're like 26 months into a unit recession. Sales have been way tougher to come by. But the conversation isn't going to end there. The goal is to help you scale your business in any market and to do it in a way where it does not break you. If you're a solo agent, we're going to focus on stabilizing and even growing closings, adding at least 2 to 3 deals per month. And I'm not talking about paid leads or cold calling or expensive referral fees or door knocking, none of that stuff. If you're a team leader, that's kind of the path that I took. You know, I figured out production as a solo agent early on, and I had way too much opportunity, so I went down the leverage route. But if you're a team leader here today, we're going to talk about growth without you carrying all the weight. And I want to give you some systems to scale your business without more grind. And God bless my broker owners. I am confident you're feeling the pressure in this market. So I want to give you some tools to help agents that you're leading to grow their sales without losing their lives in the process. So a quick note before I jump in, this is not a sales pitch. There is no coaching to buy. In fact, I wound down my paid coaching business in 2025. I'm not selling leads or referral fees at closing. But for those that are willing to come into this conversation with an open mind and see what's possible, all of the training systems and coaching provided is free because of the platform that it's built on. Real quick background, so you have a little bit of context on me. My first 10 months in the business, I sold 27 homes. 44 my first full year. Eventually, I scaled about 5 years later to 453 closings in a single year, 10 agents in my local market. Very profitable model. I did adjusted gross income of $1.2 million that year. Do not worry. I made a lot of mistakes. It's not as cool as it sounds. But at that point, I was working 1 day per week. It allowed me to start Real Estate B School in 2013, where I started helping other agents outside of my team install the same systems and achieve the same results that I did. And since then, built a few multi seven-figure businesses, coached thousands of agents around the world, and I've lived through multiple market cycles. So what works now is definitely different than what worked when I was coming up in the great financial crisis or 2021. So the goal today is twofold. I definitely want to show you a clear path, no matter how you're coming into this conversation, to predictably grow your sales in any market. Also, I want to make sure that your success doesn't trap you long-term. And we call this Agent Freedom OS. OS stands for operating system, but more on that later. So most of us got into real estate for freedom, whether it's freedom of time or freedom of money. In some seasons, for some agents that feels true, right? Freedom is this elusive thing. For most agents, freedom feels impossible to achieve. But before we cover the solution, and that's where I'll spend most of my time today, we need to be honest about what keeps most agents trapped. The traditional model teaches you how to sell homes. And for sure, that's important, right? It's like, Lars, what else is there? But what that traditional model doesn't teach is how to create stability, leverage, and an exit plan. And that's why most real estate agents, team leaders, for sure, broker owners, literally spend decades working harder, but never achieve true freedom. Most agents are stuck on this like never ending, relentless, exhausting transaction treadmill. If they're not showing homes or signing contracts, they're not getting paid. Even team leaders and broker owners face the same trap. The money stops when they do. But the problem isn't the effort the agents are putting in. It's usually a lack of structure and systems in the model that they're using. Because here's the thing, you cannot out hustle a model that was built without leverage or exit potential in mind. Let me say that again. This is critically important. You can't out hustle a model that was built without leverage or exit potential in mind. Without a proven system, you will end up burning out and not getting the results that you're looking for. So this is easily my most fun part, where we get to just have a little fun and talk about the current platform that your business is running on. So it's the brokerage that you put your business on top of. That's what I call a platform. So let's see how strong that platform actually is. And I've got 6 areas that I want you to rate yourself a scale of 1 to 5. 1, it is not good. 5, it is freaking awesome. And this isn't where you should be or you want to be. This is just about clarity, where your business is right now. Clarity gives you the ability to rectify something. And clarity comes before progress. So number 1, so we'll go through 6 areas. Number 1 is freedom and quality of life. Do you have margin, presence, and a life you actually enjoy? Forget GCI and money for a second. How do your days actually feel? If freedom feels like a dream right now, that's okay. This is not about perfection. It's about direction. So how do your days actually feel? Scale of 1 to 5. And I'm going to go through different areas here. All right, 2, predictable production. This is where the rubber meets the road. Do you have a documented, repeatable system that generates and converts business like clockwork? So if I looked at your business, would I see a lead generation and conversion machine, or are you using hope marketing? So are you hoping your business is going to get better, or do you actually have a predictable system in place? Number 3, platform effectiveness. Does your brokerage actually help you close more deals? Not give you more logins, not give you more ideas, but actual tools and systems provided by your brokerage that give you more closings. Scale of 1 to 5. All right, number 4, agent collaboration. This is a massive one. Are the top producing agents in your brokerage openly sharing what works? Like, are they literally handing you their best stuff? Is it truly collaborative or is it quietly competitive? Most traditional brokerages have this like quiet competition, right? Number 5, leverage income and exit plan. At your brokerage, is there a proven plan to build leveraged income beyond production? So if you stop selling homes for 6, even 3 months, what happens to your income? And last but not least, number 6, clarity and accountability. That word accountability. Do you operate your business from a clear 3-year vision, a documented 1-year plan, and an actionable 90-day focus? Or are you in reaction mode day to day, week to week, hour to hour, minute by minute? So what do your scores reveal, right? Those are 6 areas that you could evaluate your platform, your brokerage on. Total score possibly of 30. Most agents will rate themselves 1 or 2 in most of those areas if they're in a traditional brokerage. Here's the thing. Low scores do not equal personal failure. Low scores are simply a platform problem. And that's why working harder doesn't fix anything. And here's what I mean when I say it's a platform problem. And this is the last 100 years in real estate. And this is most traditional brokerages. The structure is top heavy. There's a lot of layers in the machine. You've got the franchise headquarters, you've got regional owners, franchise owners, office staff, and then the agents that generate all of the revenue. And each of those layers takes a cut of your hard-earned commissions. That's 4 or 5 layers that need to get paid for this machine to run as designed. And this model, the traditional model, is built for the brokerage to win big at the expense of agents. And because of the way the traditional model is set up, there is no exit, there's no leverage, there's no freedom. I don't care if you're selling 20 homes a year or 200 homes a year. If your income stops when you do, that is not a sustainable model. So we've clearly seen the trap. The traditional model keeps you busy, but not free. That is a trap. And the solution isn't to grind harder. You can't just grind harder outside of this model. It's to operate differently. Freedom isn't a matter of more effort. It's a matter of systems. Systems that create predictable income and leverage your time more effectively. That's exactly what we built inside of Agent Freedom OS. Agent Freedom OS, it is a framework, a complete business operating system for real estate professionals. And it's built for those 3 constituents: solo agents, team leaders, and broker owners. And it works in 3 stages. Production OS, and that's operating system. So production operating system helps you sell more homes now. Attraction OS helps you build leveraged wealth over time. And Freedom OS helps you stay focused and sane so success is sustainable. Put these operating systems together and you have the formula that changes everything. Production plus attraction equals freedom. Production creates consistent income. You need that base. That's the now money. Attraction creates leveraged income. That's your wealth driver. And when you combine them under one system, your business stops depending on your daily hustle and starts serving your life. And that's what this is all about: freedom. And when you partner with Agent Freedom Collective, you'll get everything. I mean, everything you need to grow your sales and scale your wealth. Everything is swipe and deploy, ready to go, no guesswork or trial and error. Let's begin with the first and arguably and easily the most important part of the framework: Production OS. In this market, the fastest way to reduce stress is to give you a path to predictable closings. And Production OS gives you a clear daily plan to grow your income predictably and sustainably. And the goal here is to help you or agents on your team or in your brokerage add 2 to 3 deals per month within 3 to 6 months, keeping in mind that only 1% of agents even closed 25 homes in the last 12 months. I'm not talking paid leads or those like expensive referral fees at closing or cold calling or door knocking. These are proven systems that attract business to you through consistent attraction-based marketing and exceptional client care. So we turn client care into a lead gen lever. And the focus of Production OS is to challenge you to think more like a business builder, because systems are the ultimate form of leverage. This is not a get rich quick. It's not a magic bullet, but this approach works. We want to generate organic inbound leads that allows for sustainable growth. And that's the massive opportunity here. Building an inbound lead generation and conversion system and ending forever the vicious feast famine cycle that most every agent experiences in their business. And there's no way around it, right? Lead generation is the lifeblood of your business. Without a consistent flow of inbound organic leads, there are no deals and there will be no freedom. Problem is that there are so many freaking ways to generate leads, and we're sold new lead sources every day. Most lead sources generate super cold leads that are hard to convert. I was on a podcast recently with the CEO of RedX. They're a seller data list sort of lead provider. He has studied the market, and 1 billion leads were sold to real estate agents in the last 12 months. There were only 4 million transactions, two commission checks per transactions, 8 million commission checks, and 1 billion leads sold to our industry. Even if every one of those 8 million commission checks came from a paid lead, it's 125 to 1 ratio of paid lead to commission check. It's probably only a quarter, which is a 500 to 1 ratio. You cannot win that game. So in a perfect world, you generate warm inbound leads that convert way easier. You'd be able to forever exit the third-party lead system and take back control of your business, and your sales and income will scale and compound over time. And this is the big picture. And if you want to look at a systems-based approach to lead generation, this is a little different than the lies that we're being told or sold, right? The goal is to get more people to know you, know, like, and trust, and to add value to those people over time so that they fuel the growth of your business. In light of what's happening with AI and tech, the way it's rapidly advancing, this is the only way to build a wide and deep moat around any local service business, right? And we do this with 2 foundational lead gen levers: database touch blueprint and brand authority builders. So you can see those are 2 of our 10 lead generation levers. These 2 become the foundation of your business. We have members, literally got a guy that hit almost 1,000 transactions last year, and 60% of his business came from those 2 foundational lead gen levers, right? We have members selling hundreds of homes per year using database touch blueprint, brand authority builder. This stuff really does work. And then you can see on the left-hand side, or any other way that you're generating business that's falling in line with an economic model that makes sense. We have 8 other lead gen levers, all swipe and deploy. And we use those other 8 lead gen levers to generate high quality organic leads. And although they don't know you yet, we have nurture systems in place that warm them up for you systematically. So you'll never have to worry again about where your next deal is coming from. And I'm sure some of you are thinking, like, this sounds awesome. You make it sound so easy. Who wouldn't want to generate leads this way? And so the question is, why doesn't every agent have these lead gen systems installed in their business? And here's the thing. Building systems in your business is hard. Most agents are not wired to build systems. As a result, most agents look for the easy button and end up buying low quality leads, hoping they will work, but rarely do they work. And that's why I built $1 Million Agent Method. And that's the backbone of Production OS. 4 pillars that will build out together when you partner with us. I talked a lot about the 10 lead gen levers, the 2 foundational database touch blueprint and agent brand authority builder. That's leveraged lead generation. That's arguably the cornerstone of a solid real estate business. That's pillar number 1. But then you have your appointment setting process, and the 90% of folks that aren't ready to go, you have to get them on text and email and value add nurture sequences so they're pre-sold on working with you. Pillar 3 is consultation frameworks. Everything swipe and deploy, editable Canva templates, listing packets, pre-list packets, buyer packets, everything you will need to convert at a high percentage rate consultation into loyal client. And then we have our leverage care systems, client care systems, which is pillar number 4. The goal there is to turn every client into an additional client just via the client care system itself and the world-class service that you systematically provide. So in practice, $1 Million Agent method looks like this. You've got inbound organic leads that are generated consistently using our attraction-based marketing methods, those 10 lead gen levers. You've got nurture sequences in place that handle 90% of the buyer and seller leads who aren't ready to go. And then those lead nurture systems serve up qualified prospects who are pre-sold on working with you when the time is right. Then you've got our consultation frameworks to help maximize conversions. And once they're clients, our client care compound effect helps drive referrals without having to beg for them. To top it all off, you're going to get an entire tech and marketing stack to help you do the heavy lifting in the business, keep you organized and stay on track. And the cool thing is you can use these pillars and $1 Million Agent method and production OS to navigate all 4 stages of growth and then even beyond that. So 0 to 100,000 GCI per year, then going from 100,000 to 250,000 to 500,000, and then bridging that gap from 500,000 to $1 million. And along that 4-stage journey, you're making more money, taking home more money, and you're working less hours and you're enduring less stress. That's the way that we've designed it. And we have members doing a whole lot more than even $1 million GCI. Most agents, though, want a clear path to 100, 250, 500K GCI. The difference between those 3 stages is life-changing. Bringing home an extra $20,000 per month is life-changing and will help you do it without working crazy hours. And that will change everything for most agents. So we've got a custom-built platform. You're going to have access to all of the lead gen levers and all of the 4 pillars that we talked about. And keep in mind that each of our lead gen levers, Database Touch Blueprint, Brand Authority Builder, and 8 others, they're all good for multiple transactions per month. You've got to fully install them. They've got to operationalize in your business. Most agents don't fail from lack of effort. They fail from not having a clear path and decision fatigue along the way. You're going to get hundreds of swipe files, every template, every presentation, all the tracking sheets, step-by-step process documents for all the systems. Everything we used to guard behind a paywall is now free to those agents that partner with us. And each lead gen lever, we have samples, swipe files, idea generators. Like I said, all the process documents, training videos, nothing's held back. The goal here is to get your production ramped up as fast as possible. Again, this is not paid leads. It is not door knocking or cold calling or referral fees at closing. Every week too, most of the time, about 40 weeks out of the 52 in a year. If I'm not there, one of my coaches will coach and mentor you live, so you're never going to get stuck. My team is available during the week as well to answer any questions in real time if you ever need anything. And we'll personally onboard you once you're active inside EXP and agents that you bring with you to Agent Freedom OS, so you don't have to mess with any of that. And we also have a thriving community of like-minded agents, team leaders, broker owners that you can lean on as you navigate your growth journey. At this point, we're over 2,500 agents strong, on our way to 10,000 agents by 2030. Let's go. And this stuff works. I've been doing this, training agents and coaching agents, since 2013. And now, like I said, there's the big pivot happened this last year where I pivoted everything into Agent Freedom Collective. And between our Google and delighted reviews and video testimonials, I think it's probably closer to 600 agents that have really good things to say about us online. So this is not a build it for the purposes of, building a rev share organization. Been helping agents for a very long time. And when your lead generation and conversion, when it's systemized, your business stops feeling chaotic. You can finally plan your income. You can plan your time off. You can live your life with confidence. And that's why Production OS, it really is the foundation of everything else. And it creates this peace of mind and consistency that most agents honestly never get in their business. So that's the most important part, Production OS. Once you've built a solid production system, it's time to think beyond the next deal. The real freedom inside of this model that we're building comes when you stop trading time for money and start building income that continues whether or not you're working. And this is where Attraction OS comes in. Attraction OS is the wealth building engine of Agent Freedom OS. And to be clear, this is not about recruiting, it's about helping agents win. Agents are struggling right now and they need help. And sadly, even team leaders and broker owners are not equipped to help them. So when you share the same tools and systems that are helping you grow your income and your freedom, you can change the lives of agents that you partner with and create lasting, residual, highly leveraged income for yourself. Here's the problem. Most successful agents, they make a critical mistake. They build a job instead of an asset. When you stop working, everything stops. That's a prison. That's not freedom. So the same thing we were seeking when we came into real estate, we never achieve it, right? Attraction OS flips that equation by letting you create income that continues while you're doing everything. Like you could be on vacation, you could be helping clients, you could be playing with your kids, or even sleeping. Here's the coolest part. When you introduce an agent to our community, Agent Freedom Collective, we're going to coach them through Production OS. We're going to help them build out the lead generation levers to grow their sales. So you don't have to train or manage these agents yourself. We do all of that for you. They get everything we've covered 100% free as well. So you help them win big and you get rewarded every time they close a deal. And when I finally slowed down, because I said no to this model for a few years before I finally studied it, I realized the true power in it. Not only is there not a pot of gold at the end of the production rainbow, the reality is that most agents would never and will never be able to exit this industry gracefully under the traditional model. And Attraction OS solves that. And to fully understand the power of Attraction OS, I have to talk a little bit about what I call the math of freedom. Financial freedom is defined simply as the ability to live off of the income from your investments. And I learned that from Tony Robbins in Fiji at Wealth Mastery. He said, being able to basically spend less than you make, invest the difference so that you save up an investment capital, like a critical massive investment capital, where you can live off of the income from that investment capital. And there's this study, it's called the Trinity study, or the 4% rule. It tells us that we can withdraw 4% of our investment capital without risking running out of money. So in this simple example, using the 4% rule, and if let's say you had 1.25 million of liquid net worth, I mean, you can cut me a check in 3 to 7 days for 1.25 million. Your 4% rule, you could live off 50,000 and be safe. That's $4,000 per month, right? So some of you are like, oh crap, I can't live on 4,000 a month and I don't have 1.25 million in retirement savings. So everyone needs to have an I'm done number. And this is regardless of you being in real estate or in any industry. And this is a quick exercise. I ask agents, okay, tell me what your I'm done number is. Like, what monthly residual income would you need to not have to show homes or go on listing appointments and do all this crazy stuff we do as real estate agents? Most agents will say $10,000 to $20,000 per month, right? So let's use the example of $20,000 monthly residual income. That's 240,000 annual residual income. The liquid net worth equivalent of $20,000 per month of income, residual income, is $6 million. So you will have to have $6 million of investment capital to throw off $20,000 per month. And, this is a harsh truth for all of us. Our current financial picture, for the most part, there are extenuating circumstances, but our current financial picture is the result of the choices we've made up till this point in our journey. And there's no shame or blame in that statement, right? But if your I'm done number is 6 million to get to the 20,000 month residual, and you have nothing saved so far, and you're like, well, my plan is to buy some investment properties. That's always the answer when someone's faced with this reality. If you're not saving, let's see, if you have a $6 million delta, right? And you have to be saving $300,000 of cash per year, simple math, for 20 years in a row to bridge that gap. So like the question is, are you where you want to be at this point in the journey? And on this platform, we have the ability to build leveraged income with revenue share through agent attraction. In this simple example, if you can bring just 12 agents into Agent Freedom Collective powered by eXp Realty, and they bring in a few agents and they bring in one or two agents, you can generate $20,000 per month of leveraged income. Right? This is a simple example. Average price point 475, 2.75 per commission. Agent selling 6 homes per year. So like an average agent, and building out some assumptions, right? Nobody builds out the same. It's impossible to predict any of this. We do have a rev share calculator that you can play with. Just Google EXP rev share calculator. But this example is a legit example. So I would say the real question is this: based on where you are today, right? And when I kind of put this math in front of you, the reality of this, and you not being where you want to be, based on where you are today, how confident are you in terms of where you're going? Is it more likely that you can bring 10 to 15 agents into Agent Freedom Collective in the next 2 to 3 years? Or is it more likely that you're going to go out and save $6 million or $3 million in the next 10 to 20 years? And so this is where it all comes together. Your production income funds your present, and attraction builds your future. You're building a legacy income stream, and RevShare is willable. It's an actual asset. And this is not recruiting, but it's empowering others to use the same proven systems that you're using to win in the game of real estate. Okay, so the first two systems, Production OS, Attraction OS. They give you the income, the now income, and then that's and Attraction OS is the wealth driver. But as your business grows, complexity will grow as well. And that's where Freedom OS comes into play. And this is how you stay intentional as things get busier. This is about mastery over your time, focus, and mindset. And it's about creating the structure that allows freedom to flourish. It's the framework for how you think, plan, and execute. Because if you don't control your schedule, your business will. You'll learn how to build your days, your weeks, your quarters around what truly matters. And that's not only business growth, but life alignment. Freedom OS centers around getting you clear on where you're going so you can not only crush your goals, but avoid overwhelm in the process. It breaks down your production and attraction goals, and we have something called the Agent Freedom Dashboard. It breaks it down into an actionable plan so you can always know where to focus. First thing that we're going to work on together inside of Freedom OS is to help you build out your custom 3-1-90. That's your 3-year vision, your 1-year plan, and your first 90-day cycle. Then every 90 days, we'll create what we call a momentum game plan to get clear on what to focus in the next 90-day cycle. There's no guesswork. There's no chaos, just measurable progress and clear structure. And this is how you reduce overwhelm, not adding another system or paid lead gen, whatever, right? So in order to be able to win at work and at home, we have to deploy proven tactics and strategies around productivity, time management, and mindset. And we do this not only in our business, but also in the areas of life that truly matter: our relationships, our faith walk, our physical bodies. Freedom isn't achieved through motivation, right? You can't rah-rah your way to a better life. It's achieved through implementation. As Tony Robbins says, knowledge is only potential power. Freedom OS helps you translate what you learn in the core operating systems into what you do consistently every single week and every single day. So let's talk about the platform that makes all of this possible. It's Agent Freedom Collective, powered by eXp Realty. This provides the systems, tools, and community to help you grow with margin on a mission using what we call multiplication. We exist to help agents grow their sales while building residual income to allow for a graceful exit when the time comes. When you partner with us, you get it all. So Production OS, this is formerly $1 Million Agent Method. This is a $10,000 90-day program, then $1,800 a month thereafter. That business is shut down. Legally does not exist anymore. Everything was pushed into Agent Freedom Collective, and it's now free. Attraction OS, that's the massive wealth builder and leverage engine. This is inviting agents into a better life, a system that helps them sell more homes without losing their life in the process. And then we've got Freedom OS, which is the productivity mindset, your weekly, daily cadence to make all of this possible. And EXP is the foundation. So when I talked about platform earlier, this is the platform that makes all of this possible. It's cloud-based, it's agent-owned, and it's designed for collaboration and for leverage. Provides world-class tech, a marketing stack, training, wealth building opportunities, all without the overhead and politics of traditional brokerages. At the time of this recording, we're 35 countries and counting, 90K agents strong, and we are growing fast. And industry innovation in every industry is happening, right? eXp Realty just happened to be the massive disruptor in the real estate brokerage space, just like Netflix did to Blockbuster. And I think Amazon did to pretty much every retailer. So looking at that traditional model, before our founder, Glenn Sanford, he just flipped the traditional model on its head. He got rid of all of the overhead and layers in the traditional model and created a platform where we are all owners and the entire brokerage is built for our benefits. So if it's lead gen or technology or training or healthcare, I do our healthcare, it's phenomenal. Stock awards, 5 ways to earn stock, revenue share I covered, collaboration I covered here as well. There's too much time to dig into all of the goodness that exists in our brokerage, this platform. But the value stack of EXP is unlike any other brokerage in the industry. And this is a recent example of the power of collaboration. It's our AI agent accelerator. We had 11 agents across different markets that are closing deals using AI in their businesses. And they came together to give all of their best stuff away to all of the agents in the company. So if the best agents in your brokerage aren't freely giving away their best stuff to you, you should be concerned because you're at the wrong brokerage, right? You're going to fall behind. I get this asked a lot, but Lars, how is this model really different? And there's never been a platform like this where agents can benefit from helping other agents win. It's always been, and in every traditional brokerage, it's still a cutthroat industry. And whether you're focused on your next closing or your long-term future, this platform meets you where you are. I truly believe in my heart of hearts, the fastest way to grow and scale your real estate business and this is important, achieve time and money freedom is to partner with Agent Freedom Collective powered by eXp Realty. And you could do it without ever paying for coaching, training, or technology ever again. By partnering with Agent Freedom Collective, our mission is quite simple. We want to help you grow and scale your business and your life so that you can achieve true time and money freedom. The thing I want most for you is to allow you to live a life with meaning, purpose, and impact. The mission is to help real estate agents build enduring wealth through increased production and leverage attraction, creating true time and money freedom so that you can focus on the areas of life that truly matter. If you want to go further, faster, we're definitely looking for a particular kind of real estate agent to partner with. And you might be a match. So if you're tired of feeling underpaid, overworked, and giving up your personal life, there's a good chance that we will be a fit. If you want to scale your business, but you want to put the things that matter most in life first, you have to have the capacity for increased production. Granted, if you're over capacity now, we'll apply some tactics in Freedom OS to give you some breathing room so you can increase your production. But 2 to 3 closings is where we want to help you get to as quickly as possible. Either in addition to what you're doing, if you're struggling, we'll get you there. And then you have to be willing to challenge the status quo in the real estate industry. The industry does not want agents to sell 2 to 3 homes per month. Every local MLS, every franchise would fail to exist if there were only top producing agents. So we want to get our unfair share of what's going on in our markets. And then you have to be ready to start building real wealth with our help. So if this is you, we will absolutely crush this opportunity together. And, this is a lot to take in, I can imagine, but you may not see the path to growth clearly. I promise you, though, it will become clear once we partner together and we get to work, because not only is growth possible, but it's predictable when you follow a proven system. So I think you just have a choice to make. You can keep doing what you're doing and just be honest with yourself, like is where you are if that's even proper English. Are you where you want to be at this point in the journey? So you could keep doing that, or you can start building freedom today. I really, truly believe this one decision can change the entire trajectory of your business and your life. So, congrats. Taking time to investigate what it would look like to partner with Agent Freedom Collective, powered by eXp Realty. We're building this thing together. So reach back out to the agent that invited you here to watch this briefing and ask them about next steps in the due diligence process. That's all I've got. So much love, much respect, and we'll talk to you soon. Be good.